What's up, Trinity girl? Hold on, give me a second. Let me uh let me fix my other Bluetooth up in here real quick. All right, I thought I had it together. I forgot. Give me a second. But come on in, you guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Give me a second. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm slipping. I forgot to plug the other damn. What you call it? In. Give me a second. You said the volume is good? Okay. Okay. We good now. All right. Come on in, everybody. Because I sent out notifications. I sure did. I told everybody, I was like, look, y'all know when I say six, that mean, 6-ish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm here. So this is going to be a general reading for the collective dealing with the sign of Virgo placements. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, wherever you may have Virgo placements, but this can definitely have to deal with all signs, okay? So take what resonate, leave the rest. Entertainment purposes only. Cross watches, you are welcome. Keep it classy. Moderators are in the building. If it's your first time here, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know we're going live because I don't come in every day. I only come in as a kind of lead. Okay. So I got kind of like 2-3 different energies here before I even get into the cards. Okay. So let's discuss the first energy that I'm feeling here this evening. So the first download that I'm receiving for you guys, the first example that I'm getting is like, let's say like for an example, you wake up in the morning, you're in good spirits, you decide, you know what, I'm going to get out the house today, get a little bit of sun. I'm going to go out for a nice fresh cup of coffee, a slice of cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? Go grab a good book. You know what I'm saying? Pick up some donuts, do a little bit of window shopping, right? So as you are getting ready to step out the door, and this is just an example, so don't shoot the messenger, all right? So what I'm getting here is like for some of you guys, let's say you leaving the house, and as you leaving the house, going towards your car, you may have a neighbor or a friend or somebody who pulls up unexpectedly, sees you leaving, and be like, Virgo, when you your way to? Where you going? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you going, girl? Whatever. And you like, oh, I just felt like getting out the house today, thought I would go by the bookstore, you know what I'm saying? Grab me a couple of snacks or whatever and just kind of get some sunlight and just enjoy the moment. And then this person's like, oh, okay, that sounds good. Can I tag along? And you're like, okay, sure, no problem. Cool, we could do that. So the person is with you, y'all are headed out. Let's say you stop off at a restaurant to get something to eat or whatever, or y'all just go in the mall to get something to eat or whatever the case may be. And everything is kind of smelling good, looking good. Let's say you are at the menu, or you can even be doing a drive-through and you at the menu, right? And let's say you're placing your order. And you could be like, da da da, I want this, I like to have this, that, and the third. And so you place your order, and then you might look over to the other person that's with you, and you're like, so you're gonna buy yourself anything, because you're not, what I'm saying, you wasn't planning on going out really spending money on the other person. You understand what I'm saying? The other person wanting to tag along, so you just assume that they kind of had their own little $5, $10, $20, you know what I'm saying, they buy their own little hamburger, whatever. And the other person is like, well, I didn't really bring no change out the house with me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really expecting to go nowhere. I'm not really dressed. I just saw you, and since you said you were going, I was tagging along. And so you like, okay, whatever. And then you like asking them, well, you want me to go ahead on and buy you, I can buy you a little sandwich or something. You know what I'm saying? And they like, yeah, that's cool, it's whatever. And so you're thinking to yourself, why in the world, every time I get ready to go someplace and somebody see me going somewhere, and immediately they're quick to want to go. But and I'm like, okay. And then as soon as you let them go with you, they broke. And they don't even have a few dollars to get them, to get themselves a sandwich. You feel me? What's up, Julicia? I see somebody else is in here saying, "Ask, have a blessed day." Okay. And so it's like you are looking at this person and you're like, why is it that every time I go someplace, somebody always want to go, but they don't never have their own way, and I don't mind treating somebody. I don't have a problem with treating with somebody, but nobody don't never treat you, Virgo, right? And so like here you are buying yourself a little something, something to eat real quick, treating other person don't have anything, and you're like, okay. And so y'all are like, okay, you headed out to the mall, and then as you go to the mall, go window shopping, you see little cute stuff, just like this person that's with you, everything that they see you buy for yourself, they want for them. And now they expect it for you to, like, whatever you buy you, they expect it for you to buy them. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of energy I'm getting. And you picking up on the energy, and you're like, you know what, the vibe don't really feel cool, so let me just get on and go straight home so I can get ready to dump this person. And so it's like you want to hurry up and get home and just get the person out your car, kick him out your whip, and be like, you know what, okay, better yet, I'm really not in the mood to go nowhere. So you leave and you go home, and then when you go home, you start feeling bad because this person's energy done rubbed up off on you. You understand what I'm saying? You had somebody riding with you or tagging along with you, and they had the wrong vibration. That this person's vibration, the energy was kind of low around you, and just with this person being around you, that energy somehow latched onto you, kind of messing up your plans. And so it's like, okay, you drop them off, you go in your house, eat your little something, something, and you give it a few minutes, and you start thinking to yourself, well, damn, maybe now I can sneak out the house, you know what I'm saying, without somebody seeing me or whatever, you know. And let's say you run back into this person and you like, damn, you know what? No, I got to go someplace, by myself. No, I'll talk to you later or whatever. And you hear big in the car, shut the door, and you pull off. You know what I'm saying? And you leave the person standing there. That's one energy I'm getting. I don't know who that message is for. Then the other energy I'm getting is that there's a past person who you dealt with, and whether this was a situation, a third party, or just you, kicking it with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And you could have been kicking it with this person for like a month or two, real short. It wasn't really all that long, maybe 2-3 months. It wasn't really all that long. And maybe in the beginning, the conversation was, the two of you was vibing, but then little by little, you started picking up on little signs that something wasn't quite right. And you kind of gave it, what I'm saying, gave this person like a chance or two just to see if it was just your imagination that's playing tricks on you, or is this, is this like this person's ways, you understand? And you're kind of like, okay, go on with the flow, because in the beginning everything seemed cool, but then it was just something about this person that rubbed you the wrong way. Y'all wasn't really kicking it for some reason. It was like it wasn't really coming together like you thought. And it was like you was putting more effort and energy into a situation, and this person really wasn't giving you back what you was putting in. Almost like giving you crumbs. But yet, in the same time, you vibing, y'all enjoying each other company, but this person was lacking. Like it was a lack of misunderstanding or miscommunication. This person wasn't really getting you. And not only was they wasn't getting you, it was like putting training wheels on a tricycle and teaching a child how to ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? Like everything about this person, you had to play mommy dearest to this person. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to, like, let me see if I could kind of teach this person how to do this and how to do that without coming out and being blunt about it and telling them what it is I like, and showing them. It's like little by little, you was kind of trying to teach them, even when it came to intimacy. Like this person wasn't really fulfilling you or satisfying you even between the sheets, and it was like something was lacking. And when you try to teach this person how to fulfill you, they still wasn't able to quite get it there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like a little things, little things you caught on, like it was just little things about this person that just rubbed you the wrong way. You really couldn't. And then all of a sudden, one thing led to another where it began to be built up for you, and you could have cut this person off real quick, real short, and like blocked them, deleted them, to stop talking to them, and you kind of told them, look, this is what I need, this is what I like, and this person could have told you, well, that's not how they operate or whatever, and you like, well, okay, cool, I'm not trying to change you or make you, but I need what I need, and I understand your way, but I feel like this is kind of it's going a little bit too far, and I don't want to get feelings caught up, and I'm not getting what I'm putting. You know what I'm saying? It is not working for me, and so I feel like you kind of ended things between you and this other person, and now this person is like, after a while, you done cut off all communication. You don't block them, delete them. You're not talking to them, and so they kind of want to know how is it that you are able to be so blunt and like cut off all communications. You understand what I'm saying? Where you're not trying to reach out to them, and you haven't responded to none of their texts or their calls because you got them blocked and they're aware of it. And so now this person is ducking you because you've been acting like you really don't care. So now they playing the same thing like they don't care, whatever, whatever. Now, let's get into your cards because that's the energy that I'm getting. All right. So if that kind of makes sense, feel free to get in the chats and put in the chats and let me know if that kind of resonates with somebody. All right. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. So now let's talk about the energies that's coming across in this here particular reading, because like I said, this is going to be a general reading for the collective dealing with Virgo or Virgo placements. Okay. Like I said, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever you may have working in your chart. Okay, because it don't have to be an exact Virgo, because I'm a Virgo Pisces moon. I have several things on my birth chart. Okay. Okay. So I feel like there's been an active impulse. Okay. For somebody with a situation. You rush into a situation to meet somebody, and like I said, that wasn't right for you. And for some of you, it could have been because of past trauma situations, or this person simply just wasn't your type. And then you being a Virgo needed to seek some sort of perfection. Some of you could have attached yourself to somebody who was a bit clingy and needy. And so now there's a need for you to set boundaries. Yeah, like I said, Virgo, you was definitely getting the crumbs to the situation. Okay, because even that came out where it says you deserve more than crumbs of affection. Okay. And some of you could be telling yourself, well, there's no good ones left out there, and that love sucks. And you gave, pretty much throwing the towel, choosing to be single and celibate. And for some of you, when it comes to meeting somebody new, some of you could be still looking at signs from the past, trying to see if this person is going to kind of rub off and going to give off any type of signs from the past person who you was with. And maybe you kind of dealt with somebody who kind of gave you those signs and you was already aware. So when this person came across thinking that they could play mind games with you, you was already hip to the BS. And so even though it started off kind of smooth where the vibe was okay, because of the energy this person was throwing off, you knew the signs. And so that was another reason why you wasn't trying to push it no further. And you was like, okay, let me cut it short because I've already been here, done this, and did that. And so let me just nip this in the bud. And so some of you could have quickly dissolved the situation because you didn't want your feelings to get too caught up in it because you was trying to get your feelings hurt. And that's here too. So when it comes to rejection and judgment, it's like this person feels as though you are quick to judge them without giving them a fair chance, but you have given this person a fair chance. And some of you could be saying, well, damn, I've dated around, but even though I've dated around, nothing really quite fulfills me. And so now, when it comes to dealing with the dating game, experience in relationships, you're on guard. And for some of you, Spirit is wanting to help bring somebody new into play, but it's going to be. mm, There's a plane flying over me, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. Who knows? That may be a sign because I'm picking up on it. Like before you can even move ahead, move further. Like when it comes to experiencing what it is you need, is going to take change, and this change may be travel or place raise going on. There's a lot of people out in the street protesting time for that. So it's a whole lot of helicopters and planes flying over. But yeah, Virgo, you could be cutting somebody off. You could be cutting somebody off. You could be telling them that you are too busy and that you really don't want to be bothered. And this person can be looking at you, or somebody can be viewing you as you are making up an excuse not to date. And somebody can also be viewing you as if you're needing to be rescued and you're waiting for love to save you. But Spirit is telling you to stop waiting and start looking. But it's like that's a catch 22. Because it's one thing, I wouldn't say look, but there's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there. But again, be mindful as you are. And so some of you could be actually running away from a situation. You could be running away from people altogether. And so you could be walking around with a flag on your back that just says unavailable, you know? And even though I know Spirit could be saying, well, there comes a time to be vulnerable, I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Where people can say, well, you cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. Being yourself is one thing, but protecting your heart is another. You know what I'm saying? Because people tend to sometimes prey on the vulnerable, and that's what they look for. They prey on the vulnerable and the weak. And Virgo, you're tired of people coming to you with just crumbs. And so when it comes to your decisions and being indecision, yeah, some of you could be afraid to make a mistake. So you won't commit either way. Okay? But that card is here. And some of you are done. They go to ambulance and the police department. I tell you, I'm not trying to get out in the street today, okay? And so some of you could be settling for less because the only reason why you with this person is because you are attracted to them. So they're I apologize, you guys. If y'all hear the sirens and the police and the helicopters and the plane, I apologize if y'all hear that, okay? Like I said, there's a bunch of people outside, that is on them. I'm not trying to get down with it, all right? Yeah, Virgo. So some of you could be selling for less, and that's not Virgo. That's not your protocol, Virgo. You don't have time for settle, to be settling for less. And that could be another reason why some of you feel like the situation is draining. That is dull. And now you view this person as being still, like a still man. And things have gotten a little bit stagnant between you and this person. Because you're looking for something that's a little more deep. You don't just want a person for their looks. And see, when it comes to, it's weird because like men are often attracted to what they see on the outside, and women are often attracted to what a person shows them when it comes to dealing with somebody being them true selves. From the inside, we go off of how a person treat us, right? We look for respect. um we look for a person's personality, their character, their morals, how they carry themselves, how they treat themselves, how they treat others, so it's that thing. And yeah, Virgos, we could be picky because we know our worth, we know our value, we know what it is we want. And some of you can still be possibly, and I'm not going to say holding on to past trauma, but I feel as though past trauma experiences dealing with people, places, and things have taught you a valuable lesson. You understand? And so it's like after saying, okay, I've been there, I've done that, I did that. Now, after the pain, some of you had to go, okay, I may shut down this other one because I know they said a thunderstorm supposed to be coming this way. So let me kind of speed things up, okay? So I apologize if it starts with permission because I know they said a thunderstorm. We're in the process of a thunderstorm. Get ready to come. And like I said, there's a lot going on outside. Um, and like I said, some of you could be sitting here saying, okay, love stinks. There's no more good people left. Spirit is saying that that's false belief that there is somebody out there for you. It's just a matter of getting back up out there and finding the right person. And like I said, it's going to take change. Okay. But you do have to start loving yourself and believing in yourself. What's going on? I see you, Healer. How you doing? Welcome to the chats. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling a little better. So, like I said, but it's going to take you having to believe in yourself because there is somebody out there for you. And like I said, you do have a past person that is, thinking of ways how to come back. The King of Cups has showed up. King of Cups, Six of Cups. King of Cups, emotionally in their feelings, trying to use manipulation to get back in. So you could definitely have a strong water sign. Six of Cups, past person, trying to figure out how they can come make an offer to you. Somebody wants to reach out. They want to reach out. They've been trying to avoid you and ignore you, but at the same time, hoping that they was going to run into you. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody's scared you're going to cut them short. They want to see you. They want to talk to you. They're afraid to confront you because they have been the ones that have been out there doing them. They have been the ones that's been promiscuous and messing around and sleeping around with other people. Meanwhile, Virgo, you have kind of just been minding your business and being single and just obligated to your own responsibilities. You've just been doing you. But this other person in their mind, they are wondering and thinking and asking themselves, have you moved on? Are you with somebody else? Oh, thanks to Healer. Thank you so much, baby, for that $20 super chat. Thank you. That's a blessing. Super chats are available on this platform. I don't ever ask for them, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Please do. You know what I'm saying? Definitely bless the channel with super chats. I could definitely use some super chats right about now, since I'm going through the process of getting well after surgery. Um, Virgos, you guys are definitely holding on to this here uh Nine of Pentacles. Like I said, you're focused on yourself. New love is trying to come in for you. And it's not that you don't want it, because you do. You want change. You know what I'm saying? You do. You want positive change and brand new experiences. That's all that's who you are. When it comes to you planting your seeds, and when it comes to you waiting for your ships to come in, Virgo, we tend to think. Some of us tend to overthink sometimes. But we know what we want. You understand? Some of you could be thinking about changing careers, career path. And see, it's like, not my type. Spirit is saying be open to different types of people, because you may be surprised at who you find. So the new person, because maybe in the past for some of us Virgos, we are used to attracting a certain type that seems to be the same type for some of us. And Spirit is saying to choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. So it's like it's okay to be vulnerable so long as you find somebody and meet someone who is as vulnerable as you when it comes to willing to open themselves honestly. It's okay to learn new experiences, because everybody has flaws when it comes to seeking perfection. And Virgo, we do tend to look at certain shit that could be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Immediately we come in with the okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. And when it comes to excuses, somebody can have a lot of reasons as to why things don't work out, versus willing to want to fix it and put forth the effort to make it work. You could be dealing with somebody who is procrastinating. And then you got somebody who's saying don't make them wait too long, because if you make them wait too long, they're gonna disappear and they're just gonna throw in the towel and say the hell with it. So somebody here could be also procrastinating. And that could come even with careers. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit back and think a job is gonna come to you. You have to get out there. Even for myself, even when it comes to looking for, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because we can sit online all day and submit our resume, but sometimes we have to get up in the morning, get dressed, and like go out there, you know, and just show up. And who knows, you might just walk through the right door. And like I said, for some of us Virgos, it could be a matter of changing people, places, and things, changing wardrobes, and which some of you are changing it. Some of you are definitely thinking about that. You're like, okay, some of you are wanting to be more business like, professional. So you could definitely be out there trying to shop around for a professional wardrobe, like business shirt and tie, slacks, business shoes, or, business dress, business suit, wanting to be more professional. And you could be looking for a job where that you can represent yourself, correctly, shopping around your worth. You're ready to boss up. So some of you could be shopping around for a job where you're looking for management. You know, you don't just want to be the slave. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that, okay, the time has come for me to boss up, where I don't want to just have to feel as though I'm coming to work and have to kiss people's ass. So some of you could be actually thinking about, okay, what am I good at? You know, because I know who I am. You know, I have the power and the strength and the stability and the ability to stand up to the plate. Because there's nothing wrong with setting good boundaries in the play, that's for sure. Welcome, Caitlin. How are you, Caitlin? Welcome to the chats. There's nothing wrong with you setting boundaries. Because, like I said, there could be a fear of loss where some of you could, in the past, you know, you could have been felt abandoned because somebody rejected you. They just didn't never come through correctly. And that's the reason why you cut your losses short. So there could be a fear of loss and rejection and abandonment and feeling unloved because that these two cards came out too, you know. The feeling of loss and then feeling unloved that came out as well from my Virgos. Says you deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. And when it comes to change, trying to change someone never works. Accept them as they are or move on. Yeah, so if a person's not like, you know, what, because shit, I had to cut somebody loose. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't about to keep killing myself. I had to let that shit go. You know? And so there's nothing wrong with knowing what it is you want. Spirit is telling you, nothing wrong with making friends and spending time by yourself to take the pressure off your relationship. Some of you, if it's somebody, like I said, somebody here is being needy or clingy and Virgo for you, that's a turn off. And I'm picking somebody could be passive aggressive. It could be a little bit intrusion, like almost I don't want to say raining on your parade, but you can have somebody that's a little bit too aggressive, too intrusion, like I said, too clingy, like somebody who wants to show up when they want to show up, to feel like they don't have to call you, they can just pop up at your door, you know, like in your space. And Virgo, sometimes you need your privacy. You need just, you know, you need your time alone. You need your time where you can spiritually meditate and pray and cleanse. And like I said, you and this person is on two different paths because this person is not as spiritual as you. They're not guided in that direction like you are. So this is not somebody who's used to waking up in the morning praying or praying before they go to bed or praying when they eat a meal. Some of you, Virgo, you have done a whole like 360. Some of you made a real complete change in your life spiritually, where you let go of a lot of things. You know, you don't hang out no more, you don't drink no more, you don't smoke no more, you've been single and celibate, so you haven't been sexually active in quite some time. And so you are new you, you know, and it's hard to find somebody who is building themselves the way you're building yourself today. And it's like in order for you to feel as though the two of you both have to be like building together or, you know, growing, had to had start this chapter out together at the same time. You need somebody who really respects your words, who respects your value, who understands you, who can relate to you. Because for some of you, you can even have somebody who's looking at you saying, well, damn, Virgo's bored. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're boring. You know, Virgo's not fun. I like to go out dancing. I like to go out and have a drink. And there's nothing wrong with having a nice glass of wine or a nice glass of, you know, champagne or a mixed drink, but you like to keep it classy, you know, classy, elegant, sophisticated. You're not trying to hang out with bums and losers. You're not trying to be in the hood, the ghetto. You trying to keep it classy and clean, perspective. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep things on a perspective level. Caitlin says, spiritual attack sent my way, lost my job, but it's all good. And you'd be surprised because I know Virgos here recently, quite a few of us have been under spiritual attack. And that's why I was saying it was so important to know how to protect yourself, to block that and stop that. And when I tell people that, they was like, "Well, what does Tracy mean?" And that's why I always tell people, reach out for a private reading so I can help you, because there's things that I want to share on YouTube that I don't, because I don't know who's watching. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want people to try to stay 3, 5 feet ahead of you. Because there are some things that you can do to block those spiritual attacks. Okay. So if you wish to book a private reading, email me at bookmym, or either email me at Tracy My Life Tarot, or is it Tracy Loving My Life Tarot? I think that's what it is. Tracy Loving My Life Tarot at gmail.com if you wish to book a reading. Mm. Signs and symbols. Pay attention to the signs and symbols. Some of y'all are seeing 222 333 555. Yeah, again, I'm getting floors. I'm getting something about somebody's floors, somebody's appearance. Um, I don't know, like somebody's into sneakers. Somebody could be saying this person always wears sneakers and they'll never want to dress up and put on shoes. Or somebody has a thing for sneakers. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely feel like somebody was trying to clown you and they ended up clowning themselves, because now you're cutting people off and you're not saying nothing, and people are curious as to why you don't F with them. Yeah, you're tapping in with the Page of Pentacles as you should when it comes to, tapping into your own spiritual realm. Like I said, again, there are things that you can do to protect yourself when it comes to getting back into practice. So there's a need to get back into the practice of cleansing and knowing how to spiritually protect yourself, protect your aura, protect your energy, because there are spiritual sources that can help you, even your spiritual ancestors. Some of you are needing to get back and, really get back into that. Okay. I can't stress it enough. You know, if you know how to create a honey jar, then put yourself in a honey jar. Okay. Let that be your first step. Put yourself in a honey jar. All right. Or put yourself in a herbal bottle, or do things, you know. You know what I'm saying? Get you some protection herbs. Um, there are things that you can do. Okay, there are things that you guys can do to help protect yourselves. Trust me, there are. And I want to sit here and I want to share those things with you. But I don't know who's watching. And I'm not trying to give you enemies. I'm not trying to get the enemies no ideas, okay? Yeah, Virgo, with the Eight of Pentacles, you're definitely focused on your stability. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles, when it comes to, I feel like your hard work is going to pay off. It can feel as though things are procrastinating, like you're moving slow, but you're at kind of the pace where you need to be. I feel like justice is going to be served, even though when it comes to legal issues, I feel as though you're going to step up to the plate. You're going to do what is needed for you to do, definitely. By this here week, you're going to do what it is you need to do for you, for sure. Um, some of you could be dealing with Libra, some of you can have strong Libra placements. Because that Libra keeps popping out. Then some of you could be dealing with a Cancer. I wanted to say Scorpio and Aries, Leo. Yeah, you're ready to release these burdens with the Ten of Wands. You're ready to release this stuff. You're ready to let it go. You've been wanting something new. You're ready for something new. And I feel like you're getting ready to put yourself out there. You're getting ready to put yourself out there toward that thing that you want that's new. Yeah, let's say you are reading them cards to a T. Yeah, because the energy, you know. Let me see. Let me say something here. Yeah, somebody's having a hard time letting go. You're on guard. Pisces energy. Seven of Wands. Yeah, just like I said, I can't make it up, Virgo. Six of Cups. You view this person as a stalemate. Situation is stagnant. You view this person as being immature and petty, not up on your level. And it's like they're wanting to come toward you and play. You know what I'm saying? They want to play. They want to play child mind games, and you're like, nah. You know, like you don't have time for that. Like I say, even when they come to people, places, and things in general, you just don't have time. You know, it's like somebody wants to sit down and play a board game with you. You're like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? No. You know, like, And somebody's, it's a distraction to you. Like in your left hip, somebody's just a distraction. They want to get on your nerves. They want to come to you and play with you. Like, knock, knock. Virgo, can you come out and play with me? I'm bored. Virgo, let's jump rope together. Virgo, play with me. Virgo, come on, come outside and play. And you like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like Virgo, let's play hopscotch. You're like, what? Yeah, you like, I don't have time for that. You know, my mind is not even there. And then you got jealousy and envy, where you had a group of people that was around you that just didn't like you. Jealous of your looks. I don't know if you're jealous of your looks, your shape, your body. I don't know. Your hair, your what? Somebody was jealous of you. Gossiping and talking about you and putting you down and wishing you, your bad luck. Don't want to see you get up. And then when you get up, they hating. But then they're not happy themselves. They bitter with their own shit. And then you got people who could be thinking that you're crazy. Like Virgo, crazy. Virgo, you talking to themselves because you don't fuck with nobody. Somebody could reuse being isolated, thinking that you about to go, like you're losing your damn mind. Somebody think that you're behind closed doors talking to your damn self. Like who the hell is Virgo talking to? Because Virgo don't, like Virgo is a nut. Virgo's a nut. Virgo be in the house going crazy, talking to themselves. Virgo be in there going still crazy. Somebody be saying Virgo's on that devil shit, that demonic shit. She's on that witch shit. I got babies. That's good. They be thinking that shit about me. Oh my god. Yeah, Virgo, you definitely got somebody from the past that wants to come in with the Two of Cups. I can't make it up. And for some of you, just like I said, it's devil energy. They want to come and string you along. The devil energy. And that's not where you at. Three of Wands, like I said, you're focused on wanting Some of you will want to take a trip. Somebody wants to come in and have a 10 of Pentacles with you. But then judgment is here. You've already gotten that spiritual awakening, like I said. It's like a lot of people want what you want. And it's like people are running outside to get it. Because like Virgo the owl, which represents wisdom, like a group of people all looking in the wrong place. They're like, everybody wants the same shit. And you're sitting there chilling by yourself like, nah, I don't want to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like you can open the door and you could just see from the window or whatever. Everybody else is coming out running after it. You like, whatever's meant for me will be for me. And I don't want to be out there breaking my neck, feeling like I got to run and participate and be around a group of people. And see that they go to conflict. The Five of Wands, that jealousy, that envy, that people who view you as competition and mad. And then some of you could be dealing with the hyphen when it comes to doing things in a traditional sense and paying close attention to the lesson that's being taught. Some of you can have Taurus placements, or some of you could have dealt with a Taurus where it was a one-sided situation. And like I said, it is jealousy. Somebody's trying to sabotage you and stop you when it comes to a King of Swords in a reverse. Virgo. It's crazy. It's like, why do people always want to feel a need to want to get in your way and want to stop you? But then they got you misunderstood. They don't understand you. They can't stand your shine. They don't want you glowing. They don't want you to stand out, period. They don't want people to take notice of you. They want you to hide yourself. They don't want people to like you and get along with you. But yet they sit back in the cut and they spy on you and they watch you and they observe you and they take notes from you and they learn from you and they talk about you while plotting and scheming and stabbing you in the back, putting you down, but they watch you. 1 minute you don't know what, the next minute, oh shit, Virgo do know her shit. Or Virgo. See, they go to Five of Swords, deceit and deception. Like I said, jealousy could be a mother effer when it comes to somebody trying to stop you and block you and hinder you and get in your way. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords is right behind that Five of Swords. That narcissist, like I said, told you somebody's spying on you. They want what they want. They want to get in. Somebody's being sneaky. I can't make it up. The plot. Libra, Gemini. The moon is in Aquarius right now. The Aquarius energy is all about kind of going after what you want. But again, they go to Five of Pentacles. So somebody is having a fear of being left out in the cold. But you're coming in with the Queen of Wands. You're taking back your power. You're focused on the most important things right now. Hey, let's see. Who else wants to come out? And I'm going to shut this down because I feel like it's kind of going all over the place. Yeah, somebody's weighing options with the Seven of Cups. Four of Pentacles. TikTok wants to come in here and get on my nerves. TikTok, leave me alone. Yeah, Virgo, that Four of Pentacles is hanging on. It could be some struggles. But you're the Queen of Cups, so you're paying close attention to your intuition as you should. With the Three of Pentacles, you're focused on long-term and short-term goals, projects. You even have people thinking about wanting to collab with you. With the Chariot, overcoming obstacles. Because somebody's trying to put things in your pathway, Virgos. Like I said. me from TikTok. Yeah, Virgo, 5 of Cups. There's some disappointment. Water sign. Somebody's really disappointed because you cut them loose. What water is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Showed up in your reading. Some of you can have water placements. Virgo, I'm gonna kind of leave it there, but you're coming in with the Ace of Swords, so new opportunity is there. You focus on your King of Wands. Let me see. Page of Wands, you're the Empress. You're ready for new beginnings, Virgo. Queen of Pentacles, you're ready for new beginnings. Ooh, card, you're ready to take a leap of faith. You're ready to celebrate yourself. And I feel like in due time you will. I feel like things are going to pay off. It's just a need to knowing how to protect yourself. Knowing, I need to know how to protect yourself and cleanse. Okay. So, like I said, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. For those of you that wish to book a private reading, you can. You can either book me at Trade Love of My Life Tarot at Gmail or either at bookmeyym at Gmail. All right. If you'd like to schedule an appointment to book a private reading to go further, okay. This way I can kind of help you guys and give you some more things that you can do, some steps to take to cover yourself, to cleanse yourself, and block, you know what I'm saying, back these things up that's trying to come your way. All right. Okay. So, with that being said, you guys, I am out. God bless. Let me go.